So the latest trend with AI companies is natural gas, and that is because existing power sources will not cut it for them anymore. The demand generated by them and the projected demand is actually too high, which is forcing them to look at alternatives like natural gas so that they have a source that is available for them for the time to come. For example, we have Microsoft, who is partnering up with Chevron and Engine Number One to build a natural gas plant in West Texas. Now, this plant will have the capacity to generate 5 gigawatts of electricity, which is near about enough to power a very large city, a city almost as large as New Delhi, for a whole month. Then we have Google, who has partnered up with Crusoe to make their own natural gas plant, which will generate power worth 933 megawatts. And lastly, we have Meta, who will add 7 natural gas plants to their existing data centers in Louisiana, which will generate over 7.6 gigawatts of electricity, the highest that we've discussed so far. Now, a pattern that you'll notice here is that all of these are actually based out of the southern part of the US, and that is because the natural gas reserves are actually highest in that area. Now, a few problems that people are identified with this entire situation is that these turbines, they are pretty costly and they will take a lot of time to deliver. So basically, there is no delivery of turbines till at least 6 years from now. And the order book is already filled up to the brim, to the point that companies are not taking orders for new equipment till 2028. And that's just the problem of economics. There is another very practical problem, that 40% of energy generated in the US is actually via natural gas. If these companies tend to take out that chunk from that same 40% share, will it actually affect the people in and around that area or in the country as a whole? That is a very big question mark as of now. And it's not just the people, the households that will get affected, also the industries that depend on this power, they will also get affected should there be a contention to get natural gas between these companies and industries as a whole. Two major things to note here is that given the amount of investment these companies are making into building data centers and into generating power for these data centers, companies are betting heavily on AI. That's point number one. Point number two, natural gas is ultimately a finite resource. So if we end up pulling more than what we have, the prices will simply go up, and we may face another such issue that happened with the prices of RAM when the demand suddenly shot up because of the need for AI chips. So those are some things to keep in mind. Maybe this will not be an issue at all. Maybe we may have an alternate solution. Maybe AI will use less power in the future. That's wishful thinking on my part, but it's yet to be seen what will actually happen in such a situation and how will it affect the US and the rest of the world. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one where we talk about another such interesting situation. Thank you so much for watching and follow for more.